Hey, I'm Joanna Hunter of joannahunter.com. Thank you for joining me for this little video. I thought to do kind of like a little video blog today about um, about really getting started in online business because I see so many people struggling with this aspect of just getting their online business just off the ground and begin. Or the other mistake that I see is that people buy this really fancy equipment and they buy all of this fancy stuff and they think like, oh, like once I get this, then, it'll be fine. And it's not really needed in the beginning. There is fancy equipment. Yep, lots of it. Tons of really glorious, amazing tech that is supposed to make your life so much easier out there. I won't lie, there is an absolutely plethora of it. However, when you first start online, look at your business. If your business is not doing $100,000 yet, and remember, yet, then you don't really need so much fancy tech. There's this idea of, like go big or go home, so let's just invest lots and lots of money into your business right at the start and get all this tech. No, I did it and it was a huge mistake because I had all this fancy tech that I didn't even have a clue how to use. I'll tell you what I went back to. I had this moment of an epiphany in my business, which was this moment of realizing that done was better than perfect, that my stuff out there was better than my stuff not out there. So here is what my tech consisted of when I dialed it all back. I got rid of all the expensive stuff. I stopped the subscriptions for all of the things that cost a lot of money. I just dialed it right back. The first thing I got was MailChimp. It was free. Didn't cost a penny. And that gave me the ability to create online email forms, gave me the ability to email all my peeps, and gave me the ability to grow an email list. So that was hugely important. The next bit of tech that I already had it. I had a Facebook business page. I just made sure that my MailChimp was hooked up to my Facebook business page and that people could sign up from my Facebook page. It was really that simple. I made sure that I put good content, quality content on my Facebook page. So I spent time on that. And that again was free. It just was my time. So I would invest time in sitting down and writing content that I thought that my people would love to read. I thought about content that I would love to read and I made that type of content. I then invested in an app. I think it was $2.99. I know, right? Breaking the bank with that one. It's called WordSwag, and there's another app that I use called Typic. And these are the apps that I would make, and I still use them to this day. These are the apps that I would make my memes on, like my little quote pictures and things like that. Those are the apps that I would do those on. So we're talking maybe a grand total of about $5 between the two apps together. You don't need to spend very much on those. So these are a great start to get you out there and posting. Now, I have 4 pillars of online business. Pillar number 1 is to make sure that you're publishing. Pillar number 2 is to make sure that you are growing an email list. So publishing is on social media, just publishing on social media. Growing your email list. Pillar number 4 is building relationships. Now, building relationships for me has all been done on social media. I didn't need fancy tech to build relationships. I just needed my Facebook account, my Instagram account, Pinterest, and anything else that you can find me on. Even Twitter. And I'm a bit Twitter illiterate. But it doesn't matter if you don't like a platform. Just stick to the platforms that you really enjoy using. So that was building relationships. The next part is building authority. Well, building authority often comes off the back of building relationships. So building authority in your niche is literally about buddying up with other entrepreneurs who are in your niche or serve a similar target audience to you. And how you do that is if you start, for instance, a Facebook group. That's one of the things that you can start. So if you start a Facebook group, you can invite them to be an expert and hope that they would maybe invite you to be an expert in their group. And these are great ways to build authority, because if you've been invited to be an expert into someone else's group, that shows and showcases your authority in your niche. And that's really how simple it was to begin my business. It was just those 4 things that I started doing. I started publishing on social media, growing my email list, which I used MailChimp for, which was free to start with. I created my memes, which cost me about $5 or $6 just to get them the apps for those. So weren't very much big investment. Building relationships was free. It just took my time. And I took time. I made sure that I provided lots and lots of value on my social media. So I just placed lots of value in social media, and then I built my relationships from there. I built authority by getting friendly with other people who are in my niche and building relationships with them, checking out their stuff, speaking to them, and building relationships. The next thing was obviously a website. Now, this was a huge bone of contention for me. I had spent literally by that stage in my business thousands and thousands of dollars on lots of different tech, lots of different Facebook, like WordPress themes, just a ton of stuff. And in the end, I found Thrive Themes, which I absolutely love and adore. And Thrive Themes is $228 for the year. And it's more than a theme. It has a lot of things like pop-ups and stuff that a lot of people would spend extra money on. So you actually get quite a lot for your money for $228. Or you can pay for it quarterly and you only pay $75 a quarter. And that will allow you to have a WordPress website, which is an industry standard WordPress. And however, I would say that it's an industry standard that I wouldn't not do. There's other industry standards out there that I've discovered are not actually so important. The cool thing with Thrive Themes is that if you have been thinking about things like ClickFunnels or Lead Pages or one of these other companies out there, you don't need them with Thrive Themes. Thrive Themes comes fully loaded with lots and lots of great landing page templates, which you can easily integrate something like MailChimp with, or all the big ones integrate with it as well. All the other email providers integrate with it too. So once I started publishing my email newsletter, and then I built my website. Now you can build a fancy website. Mine has several pages, but you could just pick a landing page from Thrive Themes and create a single page website. Just pop all your info on a single page. Remember, the thing is that got me stuck for years and years and years in online business was that I had this idea that I had to do everything so perfect, and it was like almost like I didn't get an opportunity to have a do-over. Like if I put something out like, oh my god, that was it was going to be like that forever, and it was the decision made. And that made making decisions really, really difficult, because obviously I put all this pressure on that, oh my god, this is the decision that I have to have for the next 20 years on my online business. It better be so good. But you know what? My first website, I had that up for 3 months. And then I looked at it and thought, you know what? You're a little bit vanilla. I'm not really vanilla. I'm kind of more pink and sparkly. So I changed my website only 3 months in. And I redesigned it to something that I'm a lot happier with. But my first website was only up for 3 months. So it's the same with you, like it's as you get the ball rolling, you might think, okay, well, that's an ineffective use of time. If I do one job and then only 3 months later to do the job again. Yes and no. You can learn as you go along. And the thing is that it's an experimentation online. It's not a get it right, get it so right first time around. You're going to need to experiment. And what you think your tribe and your peeps might really like might not actually be the actual case. And then you have to allow yourself to be flexible enough to just change that or change the story. So the next thing that I invested in was Thrive Themes, which it was probably, if I had done this this way from the very, very start would then be my most expensive investment. However, when you compare it to something like Lead Pages, for instance, Lead Pages allows you to make landing pages. I was paying about $67 a month for Lead Pages over the course of 10 months. $67 is a whopping $670 compared to the $228 that I've paid for an entire year subscription of Thrive Themes. And furthermore, the nice thing with Thrive Themes is that you can use it on literally unlimited websites. So as long as they're yours, you can use them on all your different websites, which is awesome because it means that you can build as many websites as you want, which is cool because sometimes I like to host a course on its own website, or sometimes I like to do stuff on a separate website to my main website, which is nice to keep it all separate. So this is awesome because I don't have to shell out every time I want to have a new website address. I just upload Thrive Themes to it and use my API key to enable the theme, which is awesome, and it's so simple. So I hope this video has inspired you to make you think that you don't actually need such fancy tech to get started with. It's just very, very simple, and it's following the 4 principles. So principle number 1 again is publish on social media. Just get out there on social media. So register your pages if you haven't got any. And also as well, a good tip is 2 social media platforms done really, really well is better than being on them all and doing a terrible job on all of them. So pick 2 and do a good job on them. The next principle is, or pillar, is to create an email list and start building your list. Because remember, on the social media sites, although it's a great place to build your business, it shouldn't be the only place that you build your business. The reason being that you are a guest of those sites. And when you build your own email list, you actually own that list. It's yours. So it's really important that you build your email list. The next pillar is build relationships. Go out there, be sociable. It's social media. The clue is in the title. Be sociable. Answer questions in groups. Speak to your peeps. Ask people outright. What is it that you would like to learn about? Get information on social media. That will help you to create your courses or your packages or anything that you want. And the last thing is to build authority. And you do that by getting friendly with other entrepreneurs who maybe serve a similar community to you. That's the 4 principles. And you don't need a lot of tech, and you don't need super expensive like customer management systems and all the rest of it to just pull that off in the beginning. Once your business starts rolling and starts bringing in some cash, that's a great time to start investing in better tech and more important tech. Tech like customer service systems at that point. That's a much better idea then, and to spend your money then. But then you also have money instead because you've actually made some. So in the beginning, don't be frightened. Don't be afraid to start small. Build. And it's quite exciting when you say, okay, well, when I get to this level, I'm going to invest in this thing. And it's nice because it's kind of like you can see the fruits of your labor as you're moving along. If there was something like a piece of tech that you've got your eye on, and you think, okay, well, once my business brings this amount of money in on a consistent basis and I get to this level, that's when I'll buy it. So I hope you've really enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye now.